This is a third video in the Microsoft Outlook 2007 series, and I wanted to do a quick video to talk about some features that I've come across that might be useful to know for work, and also if you had to take a test. So I'm going to go over a few of those things that I haven't finished in the other videos, and I might repeat a few of them. So the first thing is sometimes when you get an email, you can flag it for follow-up. So you can use this flag option and you can say do a follow-up at a certain date this week, or I can even do a custom and I can choose the start date and end date. I can even put a reminder. Okay. So if I click OK, now this message will have a flag, and you get a, if I set a reminder, then I'll get a reminder too. So the flag means that something needs to be done. I need to reply to this. You can search for email from this box, so sometimes you'll get that, so you just start typing and it will do the search. I don't have too many emails in here right now. If you wanted to check the email, you just double click on it and it will open the window from which you can email. You can delete from here. You can also do a follow-up from here. You can also move it to any folder you want, and you can reply. If you wanted to create a new folder, you can just click in this new drop down button, choose folder, and then type a name, and then it's going to put it under inbox, which is fine. I click OK. Now there is a folder there. Now if I wanted to put it under the personal folder, I can click folder, test1, and I can put it under personal folders so that it will be lined up like this. You may also get a question about creating a new search folder. So you just click on the search folder and you can create what is it that you want to do in this search folder. So say for example, I can say, you know what, this search folder should be mail with all the attachments. So the mails with the attachments will be in the search folder, and I can click OK. So now I have a search folder with an option. The search folder is automatically created. I just created a new item called with attachments. So when I click on it, I'll see all the emails with the attachments already sitting there for me, so I don't have to search for it. And you can create it by different criteria. You can also view things in Outlook in different ways. When you go to view, I can choose to remove the navigation pane. So look on the right hand side. The left hand side went the navigation pane. View, navigation pane, normal. So this is the navigation pane. View, to-do bar, which is the thing all the way to the right, the to-do bar which shows me the calendar and also like a task that I may have to do. So if I turn it off, the to-do bar is gone. I can go to view, to-do bar, normal, and you see the to-do bar is showing the flagged message that I just did earlier. So all my tasks are listed there, reminding me what needs to be done. Under view, I can choose to have the reading pane to the right, which is right now it is on the right. I can have it on the bottom, so that when I click on a message, I should see the message on the bottom. So that's the reading pane, and you can choose to have the reading pane off. I can have auto preview on, so that the email's message is right in that. See, there's a line of that message, so that's auto preview. I can turn it back off. To write an email, you can just click on new and you can just start typing the person's email address. You can hit send. You can attach a file if you wanted to. You can also insert, go to insert to attach the files, and there are options to format text. Now if I wanted to send to somebody, so I'll just write something. So there is an option by which you can send an email with like say you are having a meeting and you wanted to email it to 5-6 people and get their opinion about it, which they worked best. So under options, there is a option to use voting buttons. and I can do like an approve or a reject voting, or I can do a custom. And in this voting section I can just put the date. So say I wanted to put like what is today, so I'll just say 20/03/2013. So that is one date for the meeting. The other date I can say is 22nd/03/2013 colon sorry, semicolon, the comma doesn't work, and say 26/03/2013, and I can click close. I think I'm just going to send it to my test account just to show you. And I'm going to hit send, and you can see under option there are also themes that you can set to. You can also request a delivery receipt, that is when somebody reads it or receives the email you'll get a delivery. And you can also request a read receipt, so that when somebody opens it you will get a read receipt. You can also do a delay delivery, so that is you don't want to send it right now, but you can set a day and a time and then it will go out at that time. So I'm just going to hit send, and I'm going to go to the send and receive button, and let's see, so there it is. I'm going to double click on it, and you see there is a vote option there. So I can choose it, and then it says send a response now. I can click OK, and I'll close it, hit send receive, and now I've got one of the votes back. That is somebody chose, which is me, has chosen that. And you can always move this email to wherever I want. I can move this email to this test folder, so I'm just dragging it and I can drop it right on it. Or you can right click and you can send it, move to folder, and you can choose where do you want to move it. Test, click OK. Now the email's been moved. Deleting is easy. You can just use this delete button here, or right click and then choose delete. I'll come back to inbox. So that was the polling option. You can poll something that you can get feedback from people right in there. Calendar. I talked about in the calendar you can view the calendar in week, month, and you can just double click on a date and you can start creating a appointment. The location, the start time. So if this is not an all-day event, I can choose a time. I can type whatever I want, and I can also invite people, and I can type their email addresses here, or I can go to the tools section, pick them from my contact books, and then I can send it. I can also set a recurrence. So for example, if this meeting was going to happen once a month or whatever, I can set a recurrence and say if it needs to be monthly, say every Friday, or every 3 months, say for example, or 2 months or 4 months. Every 4 months you're going to meet once. And does it have an end date, or do you want to only meet 10 times? You can set that, click OK. Now the recurrence is set. And I'm just going to cancel the invitation in this case, and I can hit save and close, and the appointment is set because it jumped to the 14th, the 4 months. So that's the way you add appointments. I can go to contacts, I can create new contacts, start adding their names, and then hit save and close. Now for exam purposes you need to make sure you hit save and close, otherwise the job's not done. So just start typing. I can use the tab keys, and then I hit save and close, and that email address is added. Now if I wanted to email this person, somebody or whoever, a business card, I can just right click on it and I can send it as a business card to somebody else, not to the same person. So the business card is added, and I can choose an email address to send it to, and they will get this business card. So it's a pretty cool feature. note to saving it. And you can also choose to see your contacts in different ways. I can show it as a phone list, address cards. You may get a question, something about that. There is an option to do tasks. You can create tasks by hitting new now, because you are in the task. So when you hit new, it will start that. When you click on the drop down, now you can choose to create appointments or notes from here. Now if I finish this task, I can just put a check mark. And I need to right click. What happened to the option? For me to show you what I want to show you, I'm just going to create a new task and I'll call it test task. And you can always put a start date, today, end date is today, priority. You can also assign this task to somebody. So if you're working in a company, you can assign the task to somebody else if you wanted to. And you can also do a recurrence on the task. So I'll hit save and close. Now the task is added. Now if I double click on it, I can choose to mark as complete. So that's what I was looking for. Let's see if I get it if I right click. And there is an option. Because this is like an email follow-up, I'm not getting that option when I right click. But up here, when I right click, I get the option to mark as complete. So now the task is completed. You can create a new comment by using the notes, like this button, and then you can type something here. So new note, you can type something. Sometimes some of my things here are not activated, like this is not updated to the latest one, so sometimes I find it's not working well. So I can click on new notes and I can close it. Now the note is listed here. And even whenever you are in mail, you can always click on the drop down and click on new note, and you can close it. And you can click on the notes section to see your notes in different ways. Come back to mail. I want to tell you about under tools. When you are working in an office environment where they are set up differently, in here you see an option called out of office assistant. Because I'm not using Outlook in the way it is used in the company with what is the server called Microsoft Exchange, I don't have that feature. But what that feature does is when you are away on vacation, you can turn on out of office so that people will automatically get an email letting them know that you are away. So whatever message you want them to know. The other thing you can also do is there is an option in that window where you'll be able to forward it to somebody, so that whenever the emails come, somebody else is getting that forwarded to them, so they can decide whether it's important to deal with that email. So you may get a question about that, so you need to be familiar with it. It's under tools. Another option is you can create rules. So I can create a new rule and I can say, whenever a message comes with a specific word, I click next, and then what kind of words is it? And then I can choose what to do with it when that specific words comes up. So in the bottom I can choose specific word in the subject, so I can say, whenever in the subject it says test, add it, click OK. And I can also, and then move it to where? I can say whenever that happens, move it to test 1. I'll click OK, and then I click next. I've already said that, so I don't have to do this part because I did it on the bottom. I click next. If I want to put an exclusion, if there was some exclusion I wanted to do, click next, and that is the name of the rule. And I can even run it on my inbox so that it will check all the emails I have, and I hit finish. So that rule is added. I can go back and change it. I can even delete it, and I can click apply or just click OK. Now let's see, did I send any email with the word test in it? At least the word test was in that subject, so see, both the messages got moved to this folder. So that's the rule option, that you can set a rule and you can send it to another folder automatically. So this can be useful so that you can organize your emails into folders by importance, so that the important emails you can get to quickly. The last thing I want to tell you about is tools, options. Under mail format, you have the option to create signatures, and then you click new, give it a name, because you can have multiple signatures, and then you just type here your signature, and you can choose whether you want this signature to be part of your new messages or you want it also part of the replies. And then you click OK, and you can add pictures and click OK. Now when I go to new email, my signature should be there. So this is just something that I thought that you may want to know. It's something important with out of office assistance, and the rules and the flag option for the follow-up, and also the option to creating a pool, because I hadn't covered that topic in my previous 2 videos. Thank you for watching. So the flag means that something needs to be done. I need to reply to this. You can search for email from this box, so sometimes you get that, so you just start typing and it will do the search. I don't have too many emails in here right now. If you wanted to check the email, this is a 3rd video in the Microsoft Outlook 2007 series, and I wanted to do a quick video to talk about some features that I've come across that might be useful to know for work, and also if you had to take a test. So I'm going to go over a few of those things that I haven't. I can even do a custom, and I can choose the start date and end date. I can even put a reminder. Okay. So if I click OK, now this message will have a flag, and you get a, if I set a reminder, then I'll get a reminder to email. You just double click on it and it will open the window from which you can email. You can delete from here. You can also do a follow-up from here. You can also move it to any folder you want, and you can reply. Finished in the other videos, and I might repeat a few of them. So the first thing is sometimes when you get an email, you can flag it for follow-up. So you can use this flag option, and you can say do a follow-up at a certain date this week, or